Viewers, welcome to another edition of Sports to the Bone Live. I am your host Lennox, aka Sports to the Bone. All right, and we just want to have a quick talk, guys. So as you come in, just identify yourself. Let me know that you're in the place and you're ready to go. So earlier today we had the finals of the 2021 staging of the IPL, and it was a good game. I did a video earlier covering the how the game went and thing, but I want us to have a quick little discussion about the finals itself. We're also going to be talking about how the West Indies players went, and we also want to look at well, definitely we're going to be looking at the World Cup also, the T20 World Cup that is coming up, because we would have had a lot of players over there in the IPL, and know that it is finished. We can sort of gauge where the players are at, see what needs to change and what we are okay with going in. We have been on the live for a little while now and we're still not seeing anybody. Seems as if I'm going to be talking to myself tonight, but yeah, man, it seems as if I'm going to be talking to myself tonight, not seeing anybody on the live as yet. But anyway, we're going just go and talk, go through a couple of things that I have planned, and if viewers are not able to join the live, then they will be able to watch the video a little later on. So as I said just now, the IPL final was played earlier today, and we had the CSK, that's the Chennai Super Kings, the team led by Mahendra Singh Dhoni. They were able to take victory over the KKR, right? So that's it. That's a team of Dwayne Bravo. They were able to win, and I think Dominic Drakes, I think he's there at that team also, and we know Sunil Narayan and Andre Russell. They are from the KKR franchise, right? So as it regards to the batting display, especially from CSK, was extremely good. You understand? We're talking about 192 for three. Yeah, man, 192 for three is what they got, and it was courtesy of Faf Duplessis. Yeah, man, Faf Duplessis did extremely well today. Got a solid half century, and in the end, his team was able to secure victory by 27 runs. I really enjoyed the game. The next thing that I want us to look at, we're going to be going into the game some more now once more persons come on and we can have a discussion. But next thing I want to look at is the fact that Shimron Hetmeyer didn't win the title, didn't finish in the top two, but he took home a lot of individual awards throughout the season, and even today he was awarded as a super striker. Thinks that is what it is called, the super striker. Yeah, man, he averaged, strike rate was the highest one, was I think around about 168, 169. So he was able to carry that home for himself. Nice little trophy. And we know it comes with cash and all of that, but very good to know that he was able to go out there and to represent himself well. Generally speaking, where the West Indies players are concerned, I must say that it wasn't as fruitful as I would have wanted it to be in terms of runs and wickets, right? And if you look at the likes of Bravo, Jason Holder, those two were extremely good with the ball. I can't say much about those two. They were very good at the ball, right? Fabian Allen, he didn't get much playing time, so we can't really judge him. O'Shane Thomas didn't get any playing time. You understand? And we had a couple more. Where the batting is concerned now, Shimron Hetmeyer, I think he would have been the man that really well. I think I need to look at the figures and see the runs, but I think Shimron Hetmeyer and Pollard, those two would have scored a good amount of, well, probably not even Pollard. Pollard's tally wasn't too high this time around, but that just goes to show that the West Indies batsmen, they weren't really on top of things as they usually they usually would be. So the likes of Gale, Pooran, you understand, Russell. I mean, Russell missed out a couple of games, yes. But with the bat, weren't really up there. You know, like some season I didn't even remember Evan Lewis. Evan Lewis did pretty well. Evan Lewis did pretty well with the bat. You know, like some season, we would be able to see, all right, these 3 or 4 West Indies batsmen did extremely well. This time around, we can't really say that. You know, Evan Lewis, he was added in the latter stage, in the second part of the campaign, and he got a couple of half centuries, if I'm not mistaken. So he would have been the one to really lead the charge for us. Sherman Hetmeyer, based on the role that he's playing, you know, sometimes we have to look at the role. So based on the roles that Sherman Hetmeyer, and probably one could say Puran, based on the roles that they are playing, you know, from time to time, they only get a chance to bat with 1 over or 2 overs leave, and they have to try and go from ball 1. So we can understand that. You understand? But I am not happy in terms of how they get out some of the times, you know, getting out the same way over and over and thing. You know, so those are some of the things that we definitely need to get sorted out. Um, I don't know if I didn't do enough to advertise the live today. You know, usually we would have close to 50, 60 persons on now, but on the 6 persons on, just go ahead and identify yourselves in the comment section so I can know who we're actually reasoning with, right? Because so far I'm actually talking to myself, you know. But as you say, persons will eventually see the video a little later on and they will be able to watch it. You understand? So for those who are not aware that we are live, still going to the little things so you guys can take a look at it a little later on. Yeah, man. But as I was saying, guys, the IPL, it was a good run. It was a good run, and I am happy that it came in such a time when the World Cup is just a couple of days away. So you know it really kept the players busy and thing. You understand? That is something that we always talk about when we are going into major tournaments or major series. We want the players to be active. Take for example the West Indies test team now. I am not sure what the players are doing. You understand? I am not sure what they are doing as regards to keeping themselves competition ready. You know, persons are going to be doing their little work here and there by themselves. You understand? And they are going to be, probably participating in organized games at the club level. You understand? But we really like when the players are kept real sharp. You understand? So that is something that I'm grateful for, that the IPL came in such a time when it would just finish just in time for the World Cup. So all of the players that were expected to utilize, they would have gotten a chance to really express themselves out there. Now, when it comes on to the fitness of the players, Andre Russell, I actually saw him on the bench while his team was losing, and you could see him cutting up inside. Maybe he was saying that, look, if I was out there, I could be helping my team. Especially seeing that they were chasing. You understand? They were actually chasing. So at one point in time when wickets were falling all over the place, Shakib came and went. You understand? Dinesh Karthik didn't do much. Morgan, the captain, didn't do much. You understand? So I could see Russell on the bench just fuming inside. You understand? But if you're a West Indies fan, then you'll probably say one of the good thing about that is the fact that maybe you would have gotten more time to really recover in time for our opening game against England. That game is definitely going to be one to watch. You understand? And we have a good unit, so we just hope that the selectors, well, we hope that the coaches and the captain will select a strong playing 11 to go out there. But Andre Russell's hamstring, based on what Captain Morgan would have said, he's coming back. He isn't doing too badly, but he just missed those 3 games. Probably he will be fit enough to start for us. You understand? We should have player we had some fitness issues with. Well, Dwayne Bravo had some earlier, but I see him bowling and jumping and running all over the place. So apparently he's okay. I'm not sure what's happening with Evan Lewis though, because the last maybe 2 or so game, or was it the last game that yeah, his team, the Rajasthan Royals, played, they didn't use him. And the previous game to that, he was the top scorer. So I am assuming that it must have been some sort of injuries or some sort of something why it wasn't used. So we are going to be keeping a close eye on that situation there with Evan Lewis. But yeah, man, I don't know, guys. It seems as if my usual viewers boycott the thing tonight. Usually they would be coming up with topics now, and we will be discussing and divulging information and all of that. But yeah, man, seems as if everybody boycott me tonight. All right. So the next thing that I wanted to us to look at, well, in the same IPL final here, is how Faf Duplessis gauged his innings as a senior man in the team. You understand? He's a senior man in the team. The team is not like the team, has to be carrying him. So he's not a passenger. Man is well over 30, yes, but he went out there and he led from the front. I actually heard Bravo said something, soon go back to the Faf Duplessis thing. I actually heard Bravo said something at the end of the game when he was being interviewed. And I am wondering if that was really for the West Indies fans and the past players that are talking about, the senior players, too many senior players in West Indies team. He was saying in the interview that seniority, that experience beats youth all the time. That is what Bravo said. We know that CSK, it's a unit with some age in the team. You understand? And to hear Bravo say that experience beats youth all the time. I didn't know to look at it from the CSK point of view. I look at it probably as a subtle job at not only fans but the West Indies past players that are knocking the selection of the team. So that is what I look at it as. No, as regards to what I was talking about. Well, before I go back to the Faf Duplessis thing, just remember, three persons actually came out recently in defense of the selectors. We had Kyron Pollard, we had Chris Gale, right, and we had the vice captain Nicholas Pooran. So that is the captain, the vice captain, and the captain, the vice captain, and a senior man in Chris Gale coming out just hours apart and letting the people know that they need to support the thing and stop talking about this and talking about that. So Bravo is another senior man in the team. I wouldn't be too surprised if it is the case that Bravo just used that as a way to show his support or to show that he support what the other players were saying the other day. You understand? So yeah, man, Bravo is a smart man, so we don't know if he was just being tricky. You understand? But yeah, man, before I move on back to that Faf Duplessis innings, you understand? It was a well-timed innings, well-paced. You know, I I I I am actually sorry for Dinesh Karthik. I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but um he had put down the bowler Faf Duplessis when he was on three or on four, somewhere thereabout. He had put him down. So I am I am thinking that the mere fact that he went on to basically play a match-winning innings, you know, Dinesh Karthik must be feeling it. You understand? And the captain Dhoni, he actually he didn't have a strong um, performance behind the stumps. I think he put down one or two catches, and if I'm not mistaken, the man put down one or two catches that usually he would catch easily. You understand? So that is something that needs to be sorted out. Also, you understand? Well, not sorted, not sort out, but that is something that I am sure that the captain is happy that his team actually worked out. You understand? Because he put it, the fact that he would have put down a couple of catches in the final, he must have felt some sort of way. You understand? So it was good that his team was able to win it. Yeah, man. Just give me a second, guys, quickly. All right, peeps. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Little emergency come up and me have to step out. You understand? But I am back. I am back. Little emergency. Boy, 17 minutes into the live stream and Kevin D is the first person to drop a comment. Kevin D say, hey, yes, Kevin D, I am here, you know. Actually spent about 17, 18 minutes talking to myself here. You understand? I just actually stepped off from in front of the camera for a second there to deal with a little, little emergency quickly. But yeah, well, me can even say we. I am the only person that is here. You know, I actually I would have covered a lot of things so far, you know, actually going through the IPL and the finals, you know, spoke about some of the West Indies players that really turned up, the ones that didn't turn up and things like that. But I don't even remember the last thing that I was talking about before I had to step away from the camera. But yeah, man, guys, you know, it's good. It's good to see that you know, they were able to stage IPL in the middle of what is happening. You know, I was a bit worried. I was a bit concerned that the IPL wouldn't get a chance to finish up. But, you know, all is well that ends well, as them say. So at the end of the day, we have to give thanks. You understand? So, yeah, man. I heard that there's a IPL team of the season out. You know, I haven't seen it as yet. So as soon as I get a chance, I'm definitely going to take a look at it to see exactly what they are saying. Because at the end of the day, you know, I want to know that a couple of West Indies players would have made it. I think I also saw where a couple of persons typed it in the chat, you know, but I am thinking that probably more than likely Narayan would have made it. Narayan more than likely would have made it. Uh, I, no, I doubt Lewis is going to make it, even though he had a strong, a strong couple of games when he went in. You know, based on the fact that the other players would have been playing the thing from the start. Maybe Hetmeyer, probably. You know, he actually scored some good runs. You know, I think he went at an average of maybe 32, 33 thereabout. You understand? So that is something to take into consideration. Adil said, sports to the bone, big up. Yeah, big up, Adil, big up. Guys, I'm not sure if the person, I'm not sure if most of the persons are not, you know, aware that I am live. So as you come in, just go ahead and hit the like button so the thing can get pushed out. You understand? I probably didn't do a good job at, you know, advertising the live earlier today, but you know, that's one of them things there. The vibe said, do you think Gale is trying to play his game different at number 3? Well, based on how we would have come to know Chris Gale, you understand, we used to see we are used to seeing Gale going out there and playing swashbuckling and, you know, and hitting the ball all over the place. But I wouldn't say that it's totally different at number 3, because before they started using him at number 3, when he was still opening, this is exactly how he was playing, you know, trying to nudge the ball around, jog a one and a two here, try to get himself in and try to bat a little deeper. He's not as I don't want to say he's not as coordinated as he once was, but you know, when a man is going up in age, you don't expect a 42-year-old man to be doing things that he was doing when he was 28, 29. You understand? So as in regards to his game though, I think this is just him giving himself more time at the crease, backing himself to really step up and play. You understand? So he's not in any rush to go out there and hit the ball. And as I said, I haven't. It's not like this is since he would have started batted at number 3. This is something that I would have observed while he was opening. You understand? Just giving himself some time, work himself in. The only problem is that he's not catching up as often as he used to do. So sometimes when he stays there and soak up like maybe 15, soak up 15 deliveries to score 5 runs, and then you're expecting him to go on and bat out maybe a good 9, 10 overs, then you know him get out and probably end up working out less than a run a ball or equal. You understand? So that is something that I think is there. But As regards to this T20 team, I am thinking that, if they use Raston Chase, hopefully he will be the man to really solve our issues where the singles where single is concerned. I know here Raston Chase alone won't be able to do that, and we definitely hope that the players will buy into it. Well, I can't even say buy into it because I heard the vice captain saying the other day that they are not focused on singles, and the captain came out a couple months ago and would have indicated that they want two titles off. They want two titles playing the way they do. So I don't know if I am qualified enough to tell them otherwise. You understand? And yeah, I don't know if I am qualified to really go against what they are saying. They are the professionals. But I think it would make sense if you're able to score 180 at the end of the day, you still have 25 dot balls. If you just take a couple singles in, easy, you get maybe 195 near to 200. So that is the thing. You understand? Mm. Yeah, Kevin D say I just look back at this at the starting of the stream and wow, you was talking to yourself. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. I was here talking to myself for a long time until maybe about 3 or 4 persons came on. They were there still. Them no make me know so them there in our places. When you come on and actually say something, me say, boy, at least I'm not talking to ghosts. Yeah, man. But yeah, the West Indies team looking good. Mm. Next comment say, big up sports to the bone. Always keep up to date with the cricket. Yeah, man, the cricket is the way to go. You understand? It's a sport that lot of us like to watch. So definitely go and keep up to date and see if we can give you guys some content. The vibe say, I hope Chase can play the role of Marlon. Well, that would be good. That would be good. That would definitely be good. You understand? It's just for him to really go out there and know that, he would have worked for this opportunity. It wasn't handed to him. You understand? Because we know Chase to be a test match player. So the mere fact that they handed him this opportunity simply means that they are expecting him to go out there and to really deliver. You understand? And he's not the worst player when it comes on to spin. So and slow bowling. So we're expecting that you'll be able to work the ball around and thing. My worries would be when a couple of the pace bowler really starts to rough him up, get the ball in and around, the ribs here are there above. But it's T20 cricket, so they can do a lot of that. You understand? So yeah, it depends. Depends on how that works. Kevin D say it's Friday night. Where's everyone? Well, Kevin D, I can't even blame them, because probably I didn't advertise live enough. Usually I would advertise it at the beginning of the videos that I would put out early. This morning I put out a video, but I didn't remember to say it at the beginning of the video. But it is what it is. We'll maybe go live again tomorrow. We just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about this IPL final here because it was indeed a gem. It was a good game. You understand? And I can't wait to go back over all of that, because we talk about them things there already. It's just that them come on late. The vibes say our bowling to me is not very strong. And I'm not all that worried about the bowling. It's just that we probably don't have a bowler that is going to run in and clock close to 150. But our bowling is what has been saving us over the last couple of series that we have played. If you look at South Africa, if you look at Sri Lanka, Australia, if you look at who else we played? We played South Africa. If you look at those, and we played Pakistan. Or just test we played Pakistan in. But the teams that we played in the T20, if you look at it, it was really the bowlers. The bowlers did pretty well. You understand? And know that, we might think that even in the CPL, some of who we expected to really do well, they weren't doing too well. But the bowling. Maybe I can understand if you are worried more about the bowling than the batting. Batting lineup is long. You understand? But on several occasions, I would have seen West Indies go into a game with a long batting lineup and then end up not really firing because it's like everybody saying, all right, I can't go out there if I don't get runs. Such a next man is behind me, or if the next man come and say a next man is behind me, we have batting up to number 8, and 20 over all of a sudden look. When we start losing wicket, just look long. Yeah, like get ball out and all them sort of things. Um, Nick Malcolm say which day and time West Indies open their campaign. I think we open our campaign on maybe the 23rd. See vibes have it up. The 23rd against England. Yeah, we're gonna be playing against England. I don't remember the time right now, but as we draw closer to the game, I am going to be giving you that. Plus, I am going to try and see if we can do some watch along. The 23rd will be what day? What day will be the 23rd? Somebody just look it up for me quickly. The 23rd will fall on which day? I would want to do a watch along, but if it don't clash with my work, then I will definitely do a watch along so we can enjoy the game together. Yeah, man. Lawrence says, no, our bowling is in a good place. Sometimes our batsmen give it away. They come in and swing, get out and go back inside. Sometimes by that we lose. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Lorenzo. Somebody had indicated that they are worried they are worried about the bowling, but I am thinking that the bowling is what has been saving us over the last couple of international series that we have played. Who is this now? Parchant say up top, yeah, big up. Kevin D say, what do you think about having 10 teams in the IPL next year? The last time it had 10 teams was in 2011, but it was 2 groups. I don't really have a problem with it. Here I don't have a problem with it now, Kevin D. I think it's a good idea. It's going to open up more opportunities, opportunity for the youngsters, especially India know what they are doing, They know what they are doing. They have a ton loads of youngsters coming through that are extremely good, that not even can get a chance to really, get a game. So the fact that they would have, added 2, or they are planning to add 2, simply means that we are going to have more youngsters going in. And a lot of the teams that are playing now, they are going to be shedding some of the players that they have. So for the fact that we have 2 more franchise coming in, simply means that some of these players will still get back a contract. Oh, the vibe say it's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. All right. So that means it won't clash with my work. It's just that, want to make sure, say, probably we might have to double up and watch the T20 World Cup and some football if Manu will play. You understand? Next comment say, Chase just have to play his game. I always respect his approach to the game, plus all the time. Yeah, man. Yeah, him just need to go out there, play each ball on its merit. Know that he's not a power hitter. Well, let me not say he's not a power hitter because he was hitting the ball real good in the CPL, but he needs to remember that his strongest attribute or his strongest point is his timing. He times the ball very well and he manipulate the field very well. So it doesn't necessarily have to go there and try and hit the ball out of the shell. We have other players there to do that. We have Russell to try that. We have Hetmeyer to try that. Poor and do that when I'm ready. We have Pollard, Gale is there. Allen is there. We have a whole lot of players that can really go out there and hit the ball if they want to hit it. You understand? But when it comes on to really rotating strike and piercing gaps, that is what Rastan Chase is known for. So we want him to go out there and stick to the basics. Kane Williamson would have showed us that that is possible. So we are definitely going to be looking for him doing some of that. I don't want to go much down into the Rastan Chase thing too much. I have a video plan for you guys tomorrow morning. Hear what? I saw where an article was published. I think it was on the Sportsmax website earlier today, talking about Rastan Chase getting ready to play the anchor role. So I'm gonna package a little video for you guys tomorrow morning about that and give you my views as regards to that. You understand? But as I said, you guys, some most persons coming on late, but I was saying that I'm really happy that IPL was able to resume and was able to play right throughout, because it really gave our players a chance to really go out there and perform, and to keep their skills to a good level. So all I am asking now is for the selector, the coach and the captain to try and find the right mix of players when it comes on to the 11 that they are going to put on the field. That is important, and I don't know how many persons remember a video that I did last week. It's not one of those videos when that I would come and say, I have a big story, I have this, I have that. It was one of those videos that I came and I spoke about. I think it was about 4 or 5 things that we definitely need to get in order if we are going to run a successful campaign. I came and I talk about the attitude of the players. Think I talk about the professionalism of the players. We talk about players being selfless. You understand? And we had a couple more things. I think it was about 5 key talking points that I had brought up. People being selfless, people going out there and being the attitude is being right, professional, and things like that. So if the talent is there, we still don't get all of those little things right, then it's not going to make any sense. And any sport you can think of, once a player attitude or a work ethic is not right, then more often than not, they will end up having not a good run. We can even use a football example. If you want to look at one of the greatest players to ever kick a football, one of the skillest, one of the best, Ronaldinho, probably he could have last a little longer, right? He himself would have said that, because of his partying and his drinking and all of that, his career was cut short. Adriano, another player over there in Brazil. You understand? Don't want to seem as if I am pointing out all of the Brazilians, but just using that as a reference or as an example to show you guys what I'm saying. And if you look at certain players now that are close to 40 and they are doing pretty well still, even though the game is physical, it's because of their professionalism, their attitude, and all of that. So these are some key things that our West Indies players will definitely need to get right if they are going to go out there and really get the job done. You understand? Yeah, I am wondering, I gave you guys my 11 the other day, but I think I might need to do another video seeing that we're closer to the time and give you the 11 that I would use. You understand? But yeah, man, guys. We're not gonna be on for too long this evening. You guys miss out the entire. You can almost call it half an hour of the video. Almost half an hour we're on still. You guys miss out majority of the live still. So certain things that I wanted to talk about, probably when we're off, you're gonna have to rewind it and check it out. I'm not really planning to do this one long this evening. Maybe we can go again tomorrow. Have some stuff that I really want to get started out. But I think Marlon is here, so before I jump off, as I said, we're not going to be on too long. Before I jump off, I'm going to give Marlon an opportunity to come on and share his thoughts. Marlon, I don't know if you got a chance to see the IPL, the final today.
No, I saw a small bit.
Hold on, Marlon. Let me plug in my thing. I hear you. Hold on there. Just give me a second, Marlon. Yeah.
I managed to watch some of the Chennai's innings, but I didn't see much of the chase. But it didn't seem like there was much of a chase to see when you check the score. Anyway.
Yeah, the chase wasn't exciting at all. The most exciting. I saw let you go again. The most exciting part of that chase would have been the Shibman Gill, right? And Aya. I think the next players they batted really well, but after that, nothing much really came. Yeah. Go ahead, Marlon.
It didn't seem like it was a particularly exciting final. At no point did it seem as if Chennai was in threat of losing the game. At no point. They had a steady start by the openers and Moeen Ali. It was Moeen Ali and who? And Faf du Plessis.
Yeah, Moeen Ali and Faf du Plessis really battered the ball, man.
Yes. I think Faf fell 3 short of the orange cap.
3 or 4, somewhere there about.
Yes. So
yeah,
the display was really good. I remember the commentators were saying Morgan probably missed that trick. You know, he handled Narayan. And how he bowled them out quickly. And the spinners would have been rather effective at the deft overs, but
man, they had to use him at the time. Yeah, I was watching the game, Marlon. I watched every ball that ball, and I don't think he got it wrong at all. Not proclaiming to be a better analyst than the commentators, but I think when he used Narayan, he had to.
And that is not a bad picking the Lennox, because if you notice, he got a wicket the first ball wicket, and within that middle phase there, he kind of stemmed the flow of runs, and he got 2 wickets, I think. The problem is the other bowlers didn't back him up.
Exactly.
Lucky for
and Shakib got battered too, so Narayan had to come on early because Shakib
was the thing.
So that was a problem.
So
that started to change it up.
They made a gamble with Shakib and Russell. Shakib for Russell, and Shakib's bowling didn't live up.
Think of one ball Shakib get to, you know.
So it didn't work out, but my take one point, and it's something I realized, and I think I saw an article discussing it on ESPN, when they said that the 2 teams that made it to the final, the captains were performing poorly on both teams, but the quality of the leadership cannot be understated, and that brings me back to Darren Sammy. Listen, there were times when Darren Sammy was in West Indies team where he could not make that team as an individual.
Exactly.
But Sammy's ability to galvanize the guys and his tactics on the field,
Sammy had glue on
more
him,
than the 50 runs that you wouldn't get from him, or mattered more than the extra runs that he would give away as a bowler. And Dhoni and Owen Morgan more or less proved that, where they brought these teams to the final on the back of some poor individual performances. Very, very poor.
Funny enough, Marlon, I want to tell you, some of these same commentators were fiddling around with it, but they wouldn't be surprised if Owen Morgan actually dropped himself, brought in Russell in the final, because he's a man that really will do anything for the team. But I was thinking that wasn't really a solid reasoning still. You understand? Because Russell missed 3 games, so you're not sure how sharp he's going to come back. And then why would you want to take away the leader at the most crucial point in the season?
No sense.
No
sense whatsoever.
I saw it, but I was thinking it wouldn't really make any sense.
I heard that myself, Lennox, and it didn't it didn't add up. Listen, I don't know which captain would ever consider so, but if you don't drop a captain or demote him, they will never place themselves outside the starting lineup. So
first thing, I am going to look and say, well, I am the one that took this team to the final, and what I have been doing to take this team to the final, the same thing can win the final. I understand, so I don't really understand where them get them reasoning from still. Me see your boy Hetmyer bring home an award, man.
What was Super Striker?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, him get it, I think, for 168 or 169, somewhere there about. What I'm looking for though is if you have any idea the amount of runs that he would have scored overall? I probably should have pulled that up, but
it can't be that.
Yeah, and the sort of role that he was given to play, we
Yes.
can't even knock him based on the amount of runs, but I think he might be very close to the team at the tournament.
Could
Maybe
be.
very very close.
And the thing is, in his team, Prithvi Shah and Shikhar Dhawan were playing so well. They didn't get
Yeah,
much time to bat in the first half of the season.
tournament. Mm-hmm.
Those guys were putting up really, really good numbers. It kind of fell off for them
Mm-hmm.
in the Dubai leg, but they started off with excellent
Mm-hmm.
numbers. So that even hampered the amount of deliveries he would have faced
Would have faced.
in the first
Um.
half in India.
Mm-hmm.
But I I think he had a relatively okay tournament. He didn't set
Mm-hmm.
the world alight, but he did
Yeah,
not do
then
as bad as some of the others from the region in the
yeah,
tournament.
he had an Hetmaya campaign. That's the best way of putting it. 50 here, 50 there. He had an Hetmaya campaign.
Yeah, up,
You
up,
know, I think
down.
yeah, I think he averaged around about 32 somewhere thereabouts. So it wasn't really bad. And as we say, based on the game situation that him usually come in, based on the time that him usually come in, can't really knock him. This youngster that opens with Faf Duplessis, Gaikwad. You know anything about him before this tournament here?
No,
This is actually his first campaign in about man.
Man got
I,
selected rising star.
yeah, I know that after the first cap season, people will figure you out a little, and you might not be as effective the following season. But boy, he was good right throughout. He played maybe this first 6, 7 games. They still not figure him out. 9, 10 games. Him look good, Marlon. The youth look good.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, he doesn't have a blistering strike rate.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think CSK have one of the lowest power play
Mm-hmm.
runs, power play
Yeah.
teams inside the IPL. Yes, they don't have the
Mm-hmm.
best power play, but the consistency with which
Yeah.
him and Duplessis bat, the ability to turn up the heat when necessary, go steady within the power play, don't lose wickets.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember that Central Lennox, I think the first 50 was slow,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very, very slow. But listen, the second 50,
It was good.
blistering,
It
blistering.
was good. And his ability to pierce the gap, Marlon. His ability to pierce the gap. It cannot be understated. The youngster is good. He is good. And the question was asked just now. I think it was Kevin D. See, Kevin D actually displaying a couple of stats. He's saying Shamron Hetmeyer 242 at an average of 34 with 6
Respectable.
not outs. Yeah, 6 not outs, and his strike rate 168.05. Not bad. I think it was the same Kevin D that was saying. I was just gonna say something, and because I read the stats just now, it slipped me. Ah, man. What we're talking about? The Gaikwad?
Yes, Gaikad, and then you brought up Hitmaya.
Yeah,
His
I had
ability,
something.
Gaikwad's ability to pierce the boundaries. And
Yeah,
pierce the
man, I had something following that I wanted to say, but I don't remember it at all. Like the brain I get old,
But but Lennox, this is the question that I
Oh,
think.
hold on, Marlon. Come back now. Yeah, man. I was saying that I was moving on from Gaikwad, and Kevin D had said that had asked what I think about the IPL coming in with 2 additional teams, and I was saying that it's a brilliant idea in the sense that there are a whole lot of youngsters from India there that are extremely good that they are not able to even play 1 or 2 games. So getting 2 more franchise, it will mean that these players will be able to get chances because they can't carry in all foreigners. So 2 additional franchise mean that some of these youngsters over there will get a chance to show themselves. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say.
Lennox, if you look at American sports, America have a population of over 300 million. One of the
Mm-hmm.
most populated countries in the world. If you look at the major leagues in America, they have 30 and 32 teams. India have a population of over a billion.
Billion, yeah.
The cricketing world plus India have a population of 1 billion plus.
Yeah.
I say that to say the IPL is the biggest draw. That tournament will have close to 20 teams in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Or
It
they
makes
will have
sense. Yeah.
significantly more. They will have, because the talent pool is there to support it and the market is there
Exactly.
to
And
facilitate it.
mm-hmm.
So
And
it will only get more and more as time go by.
I agree, because it's not like back in the days when they didn't have what to market it or what to show it and things. So, you know, a lot of youngsters are joined to it. You understand? Because this is not only about fun, you know, it's a way of living, you know, it's a way of earning. So it's if you look at it, you know, it's definitely going to get bigger. I think it's going to get bigger, because I heard even Ian Bishop talking about a couple of the youngsters. Don't remember the names off the top of my head that didn't hit a ball, you know, didn't get a game. And, you know, we know Ian Bishop know his thing. And when I heard him talking about these players, and I was thinking that some of these players can go together and make up an international team, a starting 11 that could challenge, you understand, any team around the world. So, you know, the thing is going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger, definitely. Mm-hmm.
But
mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to bring up to Lennox is with Hitmaya. In my opinion, Hitmaya and Gill is battling for the same spot in the team.
Mm-hmm.
That is my opinion. No.
Yeah.
Who will play off those two, considering all things going on right now? Because personally, Hitmaya will start in my team, but I don't make the selections.
I know who the selectors will go with. I never see that man salt in a man. The first person them think to drop is always him.
Lennox.
And his performance is always there and thereabout. And he's always the first man to be dropped. You understand? So know that you have people going in saying that they are fresh and ready, and you have a man coming out of the IPL with the highest strike rate, playing consistently. Okay, let us see what they will do. Let us see what they will do.
I make the case that if Hetty was having the poor run of farm that Puran was having, Hitmaya would have been out of that team.
Marlon, you don't even need to repeat that. You would have been gone with a flash. And this is based on what we would have seen. Yes. So we don't want people to think that we are trying to put Ireland against Ireland. This is what we would have seen. You understand? That man not get any long run. They drop him, they play him get a half decent score. They play him again and get a low score. They drop him, carry him back, expect him to make 100. That is how they treat the youngster, based on how I see.
Listen, if they want somebody to get a rest, his first choice to get a rest, a quote-unquote rest.
Always.
A rotation.
Always.
He has been one to not make good on his. He is responsible for some of the treatment, you know, but at some point they realize, like, let's be fair to the overdo it now, because yes, they really overdo it. But for me, that young man should bat at number 3, because I would like Chase to stick to number 4.
Number 4.
And you can't tell me. I don't think they will put him anywhere but 3. And if that is a position I think they're gonna play, he's competing with Gill. So what should we look forward to? In my opinion, if he does not play, it is pure favoritism.
I select my team already, you know, Marlon. Before
does not start.
Marlon, before the IPL even started, but the other day, I think it had started, but it's not like he was doing. Hitmaya was really lighting up the place, and I selected my team. Hitmaya bats at 3 and Gill sits on the bench for me. And this is me saying it based off form. This is how I pick my team, right? So that is exactly how and for those who think I am just saying this now because Hitmaya would have gone and would have, you know, done a little thing in the IPL. You can go back maybe about 2 weeks when I picked 2 weeks ago when I picked my team. Hitmaya bat, well, even if you don't bat at 3, Hitmaya is the one that I have in over Gill. And as I said, Marlon, if you don't use the youngster, it's just plain wrong, plain and simple. It is just wrong if they don't use the youngster. Right now, Marlon, I know it's not going to happen, but I would go as far as to say if they are going to open with Lendl Simmons and they want to find a way to play Hetmeyer, then Lendl Simmons keep and Hetmeyer bats in poor position. I know it's not going to happen, but that is just me saying this to show you how much Hetmeyer should definitely be in this team. Shouldn't be a question.
Shouldn't be a question. Should not be a question at this point. And give the young man a chance to fail. Like we said before, he can't be the first man to always get dropped.
True, man, that's not good.
Give the man a chance, because we've seen other people get chances on top of chances. Give the young man a chance to fail, in my opinion. So I am waiting to see what is going on amid the whole positive vibes drama and the drama with Gil and everybody else, because that needs to be rectified, and I want to see what is going to happen.
And it is still building, I intentionally left it out yesterday, and this morning I saw stories about the same fuss. People adding their voice, people, that of note. And I decided that I'm not going to cover it anymore. I'm not going to cover it anymore. It's getting out of hand now. And, I said something at the beginning of the live. Most persons weren't on as yet. And, I think it was subtle, but it was done intentionally by Bravo, where, when they were interviewing Bravo, he said that experience beat youth every time. That's what he said. When they asked him about the team, the CSK and the KKR, he said experience beat youth all the time. And I am thinking that is also a subtle job, or towards some of the past players that are talking about West Indies. And this is why I am saying this. Over the last couple of hours, Marlon, we had the vice captain, we had the captain, and we have one of the senior players in Chris Gill, and one of the most influential players coming out and trying to settle things. And then having Bravo saying something like this, I am thinking that this is another senior man adding his voice to the thing subtly. You understand? I might be wrong, but that is how I see it. You understand? So I don't know.
No disrespect, but that is a classic old boys club. That is going on there. A classic old boys club because it is biased from their point of view to say experience housing, because you guys are on the other side of 30 and Gil is on the other side of 40. So what do you expect? You expect that you guys are only looking out for your interest, not that they are being malicious. But I want to see young people get a chance, especially when
they are performing,
quote unquote, experience. They're not lighting up the place. Just
Marlon, I would have said this on several occasions.
It is obvious. So they the talk we're listening, and this thing could go really sour if West Indies lose the first game against England.
Right. I would have said this on several occasions, Marlon. I don't have an issue with an older player playing once he's performing. If he's outperforming the youngster, by all means, put him in the team and make him play. But if the youngster is able to put up performances that is better, you can't just play a man because he's experienced and you expect he's eventually going to come good. Then if that is where you're going to pick the team, then you can go back for some long-time cricketer. It don't make no sense. You pick the team based on form. I know you need experience around the team, but you can't just believe, say, a man that has been failing, or players that have been failing for maybe close to a year and some months. You just expect them to light up the place. Don't get me wrong, Marlon. I would love nothing more than these senior players to go out there and prove me wrong and shut me up, I would love nothing more than that. But these senior players to go out there, outperform all the youngsters and shut me up. Because this is not me saying drop them based on age. This is me saying drop them based on their form. Do not play them if they are not performing. So what they need to do, go out there and perform and make me shut them out. That's all they need to do.
Well, Leonard, it is obvious that the discussions do not. It's obvious that the discussions are not solely about age, because Pooran is a young man, and people are putting him in the same boat of criticism as they are with Chris Gayle. Like, both of them are in the microscope, not because of their age, but because of their lack of performance. So, when people want to come and make it solely about the age thing, that is ridiculous.
I don't know what's happening, because you and I can clearly see that Pooran needs some form, but the coach came out the other day and said his form is okay, he's not worried. So probably we are seeing two different things. I am not sure. We might be seeing different things. Yeah, hola. Yes, Cedric, blessings. Bless up yourself, Cedric. Ricardo in the place. You understand, Marlon? So we might be seeing two different things.
Yes, Lennox, the coach have the most. The coach is the one who will go back to the players and look at the players and interact with them. So he can't say the things that we expect him to say. But I think there must be some level of.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to send a message, man.
Because to say that you're not worried, I think that is ridiculous, considering what we've all been privy to, and we've all been watching it.
I don't know, Marlon. As me say, these guys consider themselves to be experts. So I just can't see what they are saying. I can't see through it.
I don't see that, Lennox, but everything will come to a discussion after the first game next week Saturday. I think it was next week Saturday, I think.
Next week, Saturday is the 23rd?
I think the first. Yes,
Yeah, we play on the 23rd.
So we will see.
And I think it's a Saturday. Yeah.
My little concern is that there are journalists and people ready with their pens and their vitriol for if things start out badly because of all this.
Yeah.
What is going on, and that could only make the situation worse.
And we definitely don't want that. But hold on, Marlon, yes. We don't want that. But I don't think the captain and the players would have done any justice to themselves, or would have done anything to prevent a certain situation from happening in the future.
Absolutely none.
Yeah,
because how they came at the media.
Was unfair.
Personnel. Yes, and those guys are people also, and they have feelings.
And the questions were reasonably enough.
I guarantee you, if things don't go well, easily reasonable questions. Like, and the questions, and I remember you saying this, they could have been answered in a more diplomatic fashion.
Yeah.
They weren't combative enough to warrant that type of feedback. Like, case in point, the Bravo question.
Exactly.
Now, for you to tell me, listen, you must be in a bubble. And you must be in a very, very small bubble to not know that people would have a problem with Bravo being in that side.
Exactly.
What bubble you need to be in to not see that position should not have been given to that man?
And the funny thing about it, Marlon, since as they think that media personnel, I probably won't classify myself in there because it's just between me and my subscribers. But the big media like this, the Guyana, the journalism from Guyana and all them people, right? I am thinking that when it comes on to the players, they actually I see them saying, Marlon, they see it, Marlon. They see, that's why they're asking. They see, that's why they're asking. It's not hard. It's not hard, you know. It's not hard at
It,
all.
it
It
is not
was there
difficult
for
anymore
everybody
to
to see.
realize.
You understand?
And
And I am thinking that if they think that they know exactly why the team was picked or how it was picked, just share it with the fans then, no man. It's not unfair questions, you know. These are reasonable questions. And you know why you select a team and you can back yourself 100%, then share it with the fans. Share it. This is not the fans asking you guys to give us your strategies or give us your tactics. You know, this is us asking you. So, why was this player selected? Well, what does this player bring to the team and things like that? They came out and could have clearly said that if they had selected Jason Hola, it would have affected the balance of the team. Then why not just select us? Why not just tell us why these two particular players that people are having an issue with, why were they selected? On what basis? It's not hard.
yes, like these are really, really easy questions for them to answer, in my opinion. But the level of arrogance there, where don't question me
Yeah,
because I know this, and
yeah.
watch me work.
Better make sure the
So
work actually
it,
work.
listen, like I tell Lennox, people are lining up with their vitriol ready to unleash
Yeah.
on this team if it's work on fields. I'm being honest
Mm-hmm.
because with all the build up is good. But when I still a good build up going into implement because
What?
things have been worse than this before. Remember when Sammy and the board remember with Sammy and the
Yeah.
Dave Cameron issue going into the previous World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So
Was sour.
and they managed to win. So and the core of that team is still here with a few
It's
new
still there.
faces.
Yeah.
So yes, they are used to being in this position. This is not a new
And
case for them, but we will
I
see.
hear some fans say that they perform when their back is against the wall, but I don't want people to get it wrong in Marlon. And I think this is what every other media host out there is trying to do. We are supporting the team. We are Caribbean people, but we have a right to talk. We have a right to analyze. We have a right to look at individual players. What is it that this player will bring to the table that this player will not bring to the table? At the end of the day, I doubt anybody from the West Indies that actually love cricket would want to see us fail just so that they can say that, you know, I said so. Because I wouldn't mind if I am wrong on everything that I would have said. You know, if they are, I would trade it for them going out there and winning the World Cup. You understand? Or retaining it. That is how I see it. But questions, as I said, Marlon, questions are there to be asked. And if you want us, they are the same ones that came out on their social media platform saying support the team, support the team. Then supporting the team is a questioning certain decisions and analyzing things. You know, that is a form of supporting the team.
Yes, we care enough to ask. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's really that simple. We care enough about the team. Like media houses are not sending journalists to cover sport they don't care about. Like
Yeah.
if rugby does not make the front page in Caribbean news or any newspaper because
Mm-hmm.
nobody cares.
All right.
The reason why cricket,
What? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the reason why cricket and people send their journalists to cover it wherever and all is because we love cricket and we care.
Yeah.
So when we ask
Hold
certain
on,
questions, don't
Marlon.
come at us like
Yeah.
people are trying to do that.
Mm-hmm. We put we love and we supporting the thing. So at the end of the day, we definitely want to be able to say, hold on there. Contact 20 says Cedric, oh Bravo could be in the squad, but you don't want Chase. Say Contact 20, and not you notice every time this man come on the live, his motive is always just to talk about Bravo. Cricket is what we're dealing with. And the sort of, we not deal with them type of reasoning there. Rastan Chase did everything this year to make the team. So if somebody go and come and compare the two, we not really reason them type of way there. We don't have time for that. If somebody go and reason West Indies cricket, we will deal with that. But just to come and just to talk about a one player that is, we don't have no time for them foolishness there, man. Yes, Marlon.
But Lennox, even Cedric, we are looking at it is ridiculous because, I mean, Bravo numbers don't make him into a world-beating 2020 player.
So, Marlon, I know the man very well. And every live him come on, all him talk about is Bravo. And if you are not able to look at the thing and see that we are dealing based on numbers, if you're going to say you don't pick the team because of performance. You know, sister, we can't really spend the time. This man will believe say you must not pick the team of performance, and you must pick the team based on who you think might go there and do something. So we don't have time for them foolishness there, man. We come for reason cricket. You see, if we wanted to reason based on who we love, I would sit on here and talk about Paul Pogba and Dinesh Ramdin for the entire day, non-stop. But a cricket we are dealing with. And the numbers, we want the numbers to stand up. So you say if we see a fan man or a man we love a man and the numbers are not there, we not really waste the time and go down that the party at all. Yeah. So but I don't know, Marlon. You see, because we watch all of the CPL games and we watch and think, and we definitely see the man batting for the spot and then get the spot, then we understand what is happening. Because we watch the games, Marlon.
Listen, Chase played wonderful innings that, listen, if we saw those innings from Puran or Kyle
all
May,
right,
if we saw those performances from those guys that have a fanfare around them, we would have been
all right
them.
Exactly. And funny enough, I didn't even remember his actual numbers last season. It's when you actually mentioned it and start advocating. I zoomed back and looked and I noticed this performance was building up from last season come up to now. You understand? It's really rough to get a chance in West Indies team. So if they look to select players from the CPL, the best way to get yourself in is to go out there and dominate, cover yourself with glory. And that is exactly what he did.
Lennox, like I tell you, from the first time on that live when I brought up Chase name, it was because of how I saw man batted the previous
Remember, man.
And quality of the scores. And when you watch the ball by ball play, the boundaries come effortlessly. Like, one of the problems of West Indian batsmen have sometimes is that they try to power the ball over the boundary. They don't have the finesse.
Finesse, like a Kane Williams. Yes. As you bring up this point, Marlon, as you bring up that point, let me shut down this argument for my bridging. You guys notice that when I'm talking to the other commenters, I don't get this agitated, but this man is a very good friend of mine. My church brother from where I grew up, right? So, me know say I same love talk foolishness. Listen to the reasoning now, Marlon. Chase a test player, not a T20 player. Sports to the bone. Understand that. Let me shut down the foolishness now, Marlon. That simply means that Kane Williamson should never hold a T20 bat in his hand, right? If that is the line of reasoning, that means a man like Kane Williamson shouldn't hold a bat. And Cedric, I understand, say you know watch any sort of CPL, but Rastan Chase was the most outstanding player in the CPL with the bat. You can say, right? And your reasoning would mean that the man that captained the Sunrisers Hyderabad the other day and did extremely well in most of the games should not be batting because he's more of a test player than Rastan Chase. Argument done. Me not reply to no more foolishness. Yes. Yeah, Marlon.
Where were we, guys? That caused me to look. No, we were talking about the finesse now. Lennox, you see?
Yeah.
With our West Indians batsmen, they are power players where they power the ball over the boundary with strength.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you focus on powering the ball over the boundary, you don't use the timing. Your timing is not as good because you're going on with bat speed and strength. Chase is
Yeah.
pure timing player.
Exactly.
And the precision of the strokes dissect the field. It's a man that you could get you the tools, the trees here and there, and could listen. A strike rate of 140 in T20 as a number 4 batsman is really good, you know?
It's good because I middle over that, you know. That's the middle over, you know, Marlon, where things kind of slow down, you know. So yeah, man.
So the fact that the man is in the team is purely based on merit.
Exactly. Marlon, as me say, anybody who understand cricket would know that. And if a man, when I'm making runs over the past 3 years, if you think that, just listen to the line of reasoning, Marlon. If you believe that a man, when I'm making runs over the last 3 to 4 years, good runs, should be in the team over a man that would have dominated CPL for the last 2 seasons, then simple means the reasoning already. You understand? Hold on. Somebody said, let us rally around the team. The team has been selected. We are champions. Let's rally around. Yeah, man, we are definitely rallying around the team, and we love the team, and we're supporting the team. But there are certain things in and around the team that still needs to be discussed. At the end of the day, though, you see, because players that we wanted to be selected were not selected, it doesn't mean that we won't support. We will support and we will rally, but you know, we still have to discuss certain little things that is actually in and around the team.
But another thing though, you know, Lennox, is that they listen. Some of the outcry actually lead to the change that the fans ask for. Because remember last home series when they dropped it Maya and the outcry across the region from in the south.
Yeah, man.
To Jamaica up north. The outcry was amazing, and the old man got a selection. Granted, he didn't set the world alight, but they listen.
Yeah.
If you know that you have a power and you refuse to use the power,
exactly. Exactly. You can't just sit down and take things, and that is why we actually felt away when what I say felt away. Yeah, well, when Pollard came the other day and behaving as if he didn't want to answer any question, that wasn't a good feeling at all. You understand? Because we support the team and we love the team, and we are going to question certain things once the numbers are not adding up. You know. Yeah, man. But we hope that we'll be able to go out there and get the job done, especially in that first game. You understand, against England.
Yes, because that is a tone-setting game towards everything, Lennox. It really is. And England have title aspirations of their own. Let's not forget that those guys were already beaten finalists last round. And they have
a too.
Yes. They have a proverbial score to settle with the West Indies from way back when.
Yeah.
So they're going out there, all guns blazing. We don't know what form Josh Butler might be in. Mona Lee's in spanking form.
He's in good form.
I've not seen Livingston play a game that has caught my attention, but he is highly top.
He's still there. He played well in the hundreds.
Yes. And even though Adil Rashid don't get he's a quality bowler for England. He's a match winner for England.
On his day, he can do almost anything with the ball. His day.
So England is coming out there, guns blazing for the West Indies, and we need to stop them in their tracks.
Exactly. They have a couple of injuries. You know, the good thing is that, well, I wouldn't even say the good thing because it's always good to test yourself. But you know, somebody like a Jaffa Archer, you know, with his pace and his economy rate, he won't be there. Sam Curran, he won't be. I doubt he will be there because of his injury. You understand? And who else? We know Ben Stokes, who can be a match winner at any given day. He's not there. I was actually reading something yesterday where they said that he was in the nets and they are trying to see if anything can work out in time for the Ashes. It's going to be pretty interesting, what where that Ashes
Nets in
is
New
concerned.
Zealand.
Ben Stokes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Are the
I'm
Nets
not.
in
I'm not.
England?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it was. I just saw the headline that they were talking about him and saying that he's hitting the nets. He's doing some work. Wonder if things will be able to click or he'll be able to get himself into good shape for the Ashes. But remember now he hasn't played any quality cricket in a couple of months now. So I don't know.
Listen, England might as well sign off that 5-0 or that 4-0 already. Sign a check for that because they will be embarrassed. I'm being honest. It will be
Yeah.
much of the same. So
I don't remember who it was, but a past player. I think it was a past English player, one of their journalists. Was saying something like they are seeing in that Ashes squad is a list of blockers, a list of blockers and slow
and
bowlers or finger bowlers or something like that.
listen, Mark Wood stand a chance to be effective, but then again, Mark Wood cannot be relied upon with fitness.
That is it. There's a bowler that they have, that Ronaldo and I was actually talking about on the live the other day. He was playing back in 2016-17, got injured and come back. I think his name is Mills. Don't remember. Pretty quick.
I remember, but I don't remember the name.
We were talking about him the other day. He actually did well
Yes.
in the 100, I think. But I didn't even remember that he actually played, that he's still playing the game. It was when Ronaldo brought it up. Vividly. I remember him. He's really quick, But,
Yes, I don't really know him personally, but I remember the discussion.
Yeah.
I was in live. But they have who is it? Ali Robinson?
Yeah, Ollie Robinson. Remember, he made his debut the other day. I think he would have been against New Zealand. Was it against New Zealand?
Yes.
And he didn't do too badly at all.
I hear the commentators were comparing him to Glenn McGrath.
Yeah.
Yes, in the recently concluded series between them and India, so they have high hopes for that young man. High hopes,
and you see, yeah. There are two young players that I want to talk a little bit about, in one in Australia and one in England. But hold on, so like my mad brother there on the live, Ricardo.
Yourself. Big up yourself.
Okay, Mr.
Big up yourself.
Darren Bravo is here. Blessings, my brother from another mother. Go ahead and make
club.
Yeah?
The president, CEO, and board member of Darren Barber Fan Club.
All of it, everything. Hope his internet is strong. So go ahead now. We soon go back to the England Australia discussion, Marlon. We're going to give Mr. Bravo a chance. Go ahead and tell. We have 59 persons on the live at the moment, not a lot. But go ahead and tell them why Rastan Chase should be Bravo should be in the team over Rastan Chase.
All right. Good evening. I want to hear of the sports family, sports to the board family, big program, well put together, well organized. Now, listeners, I come on this line to inform everybody that Darren Bravo deserves a spot in the T20 squad based upon past experience, past doing a good job when it comes on to Trinidad and Tobago, also the CPL. So my question is to you, Mr. Rambo. Would you put an inexperienced person over an experienced person?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Ricardo. You're watching the cricket since last since the last three years or so?
Brandon, in order for us to discuss it, we have to answer question by question. Would you put?
Okay. Let me answer.
Would you put an experienced person, an inexperienced person?
Easy. Once the inexperienced player is performing to the level, that is why the inexperienced player would have been picked. All right. Let me draw a simple reference. Gaikwad is an inexperienced player, right? For what the team name? CSK, and he top scored in the IPL. Inexperienced player going up against all the experienced players I can think about, and he's the top run scorer in the IPL. So once the inexperienced player is performing, I have no problem using the inexperienced player over the experienced player that hasn't made any runs in the last 3 years. Simple.
London, you're talking about Darren Bravo, who have experience in the UAE, have 116 against Pakistan, and playing on numerous different occasions in the UAE. Sanchez have never ever played a one-day match, even in the UAE. And guys, we have to talk knowledge based upon where it is playing.
No, stop. I think Western played.
I'm not talking about test match. I'm playing about a one-day game.
All right, let me ask you a question.
I'm not talking about test matches. I'm talking about one-day game.
Yeah, man. All right, let me answer. You just asked me a question and I answered it. Answer the question eloquently and you just run over it. Well, let me ask you a question. So you're saying that you should give an experienced player the nod over a man that is scoring runs, right? So that means by your way of reasoning, remember Bravo hasn't scored any runs in the last maybe 2 or 3 years consistently, right? So that simply means that Carlos Brathwaite, who would have won the World Cup for us last 4 years ago, hasn't listen to me now, man, hasn't been scoring any runs. So Carlos Brathwaite, Darren Sammy, Marlon Samuels, all of these guys are experienced players. We should go for them and put them. Johnson Charles, we should go for them and put them in the team.
Experience goes a far away from inexperience.
Yeah. No, listen to me now, man. I listen to the question now.
When we were playing the club cricket, when we were playing our like sports game in our neighborhood, what did we go for? Did we go for experience or did we go for inexperience?
Virgin, we go for people who can play the game. We go for people that can play the game. People that can play the game. People that can play the game, we go for all the time.
That's Bramble. Inexperienced are experienced persons.
Virgin, we always go for somebody who can play the game. Listen to me, Ricardo. Here I'm going to ask you.
Brandon,
you say pick the team. Then I say to you, Jesus, Ricardo, I say to you, say, we always go for somebody that can play the game. It simply means somebody that has the ability to go out there and bat and make runs. We always go for somebody which can play the game. You no matter if the man is experienced or inexperienced, once he's playing the game, and then it all boils down to who is the better player, then you select him. If a man is 20 and a man is 50, it no matter. Anyone who score, we're able to score the runs, you're going to go for that player. So let me ask you a question, Ricardo. Mr. will come to you, Marlon. Let me ask you a question, Ricardo. So seeing that you say experience goes a far way, Bravo hasn't scored any runs in the last 3 years. Do we go for Dwayne Smith, Marlon Samuels, Brathwaite, and Johnson Charles and all of those guys and put them in the team?
So why you keeping Chris Gale in the squad and Skip Gale, and why you keeping Chris Gale in the squad and Gale not making no runs?
Listen to me now, me can't reason
because keeping Gale in the squad because of his experience.
My God, who keeping Gale? Me can't reason with it because you now follow the line of conversation or the program. Me talk a million times say, heck Maya, make the team over Gale. Gale is not making any runs.
Hold on. remember that when there was a vote in my church for the church captaincy, everybody said Ricketts now make no runs, so enough to get the captain. What command, girl? It was all about experience and getting things done. I opted for experience over inexperience. Me can't carry some players go a T20 World Cup. It is not a Test World Cup. It is a T20 World Cup.
All
right, so let me
say something.
Marlon, go ahead, Marlon.
This is the problem that I'm having. The narrow box with which the gentleman decided that there's nobody who select people to represent them in sports, and the only two criterias they use is experience versus inexperience. No, only one. I use one criteria: experience, because not even two; it's one.
Marlon, right now, Marlon, I teach at a primary school, and if I hear my primary school football and cricket them reasoning this way, man, me disown them. You hear me tell you? Yeah, go on, Marlon.
There's no way.
Marlon,
experience.
Hold on, make him talk like Ricardo. Hold on.
No, I think the point speaks for itself that you cannot only use one criteria to select somebody.
Exactly.
That in and of itself is ridiculous. So that is my point.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Ricardo.
Feel free.
All right. So the question is, would you go for somebody who you think can get the job done, or do you go for somebody who can get the job done?
Somebody that would have proven that they are able to get the job done, I would go for them.
No. That's not a part of the question.
I ask the question, I listen to him, just say and
Ras
say
Sanchez is a gamble.
But Lennox,
Ras Sanchez is a gamble. Ras Sanchez right now is a gamble.
The problem that I'm having with this gentleman is that he's asking some leading questions. He's asking the questions and framing them in a way to only give you the answer that he wants you to give. So when you talk about the experience versus inexperience, like that's not
exactly
the way how things work in reality.
But why are the players looks at that? Why did the coach before the CPL? Why is it that the coach and the captain had said that going into the CPL, people need to go out there and prove themselves, prove what they are worth. Coming out of the series that we played the other day against Australia, Sri Lanka, all of the players played and they showed what they could. But opportunity was still there for other players that would have played in the CPL. Why didn't they just say that they are not going to be looking at anybody in the CPL then? That's why I'm asking Ricardo if he watched any CPL for last year and this year. You watched any of the games, Ricardo? This is the last question on the Bravo topic, then we move on. You watch all of the games, right? And you see Bravo batting, right?
I did.
And you see Rastan Chase batting, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's all I'm going to ask.
Cool.
Now ask you nothing more about Bravo.
So voila. Are you going to put a season of luck for somebody who is a season champion?
Right,
Rasta Chase is only going to a season luck, Guys, more than no reason this way. Rasta Chase is only going to a season luck.
The man they just as good the previous champion.
Marlon, that's what I'm telling you. The man now watch no cricket. The man is not watching any cricket. Since Bravo performed it all the way back in 2010, his season of luck finished. Why don't look at it like that? Bravo is one of my favorite players. You know this, Ricardo. When we were growing up together, right? You know this just as how much I know, just as how me know this. Bravo is one of my favorite cricketers. The reality of the fact of the matter is 2010, Bravo of 2010 is the one that we love. That was scoring a lot of 100 double centuries and batting and jumping up and down like Lara. That is just like a man consistently showing over how much games in 2 seasons that he's good. He's able to play. And you're going to see a luck. All you're going to see is a luck and bring him oh, and bring a man which partner and playing a good cricket since 2010. That's just the reasoning flawed my youth.
Relax. If that is the reasoning, I tell you, I would put Johnson Charles in the team. Because
Marlon, me
Johnson
shame, you
Charles
know.
is a World Cup winner 2 times.
Marlon, the man shame me, you know. The man I'm a friend, you know. The man I'm a childhood friend, you know, Marlon. The man shame me, you know, Bridget. The man shame me, the man shame. The man, not even say shame still, because you see, like how I'm reasoning, this is how we always reason when we are kids, you know. And you couldn't tell me anything about Ramdin, you know. You notice he's on the line and he refers to me as Ramdin, right? That is my name from childhood days come up to now. So you can just imagine that you couldn't say nothing bad about Ramdin. You couldn't tell me nothing at all about Ramdin. So this is the start of reasoning. Like when me are like 13, 14, 15 going to high school. This is the start of reasoning. But, you know, I don't expect my friend to reason at them level still. You understand? But that's one of them things there. The man shame me start. Man shame me. Marlon, this is a managed partner and the man play community cricket together at St. Anna. We didn't go to the same high school, so we didn't play school cricket. We played community, we played for the community, we played church cricket, we played all sorts of cricket. But the man reasonability not grow at all. A years now me leave and live at town, you know, but me think the man reasoning gone up where cricket is concerned. But you know, move star. Man, shame my man. I forgot this one him, brother.
It's stagnant, Lennox. It's stagnant and it's void of any reason.
But Marlon, everybody, him not even see everybody in the comment section saying the same thing. It's not like I am going against him, and it's not like you and I go against him because him come on after. Looking at the comment section, this is like Sports to the Bone teaching his students. Watch out. We already watch it. Everybody, look at Marlon. Everybody so is it that everybody on the platform, the whole 63 persons there, plus me and you, all of just reasoning flawed and his reasoning is solid?
but Lennox, it goes back to what you were saying, what I was saying, that some people live in a bubble, and this man obviously lives in a bubble.
Because this man are watching the cricket since 2010, Bridget. Sir.
I'm inclined to believe that.
Him gone.
Because
him gone off our life, man.
There's
you look like him talk too much foolishness still in Concord.
Yes. It don't make much sense. And this person is saying the same thing. By this reason, I would have Johnson Charles in this team. Because listen, I made this comment in the chat, Lennox. I could never forget that innings Johnson Charles play against India.
Exactly. I remember you saying it, yes.
I didn't even think West Indies was going to chase down that 190. And the ease with which that 190 was chased, I was amazed. I mean, I think Russell came in and scored about 40 runs.
Yeah.
About 10 balls or about 15.
I remember that innings, man.
Blistering. So that is still edged in my memory of Johnson Charles. So compare, so put Johnson in the team.
I don't know what I'm talking about. While we're at it, I was never around while Sir Viv Richards was playing. I gather he has a lot of experience. So while we're at it, I would like to see him out there. I wasn't around when he was playing. You understand? I saw the latter part of Laura's career and all of those guys. So I would like to see them. I would like to see them also.
Yes, just tell Viv wear helmet. Just
yeah, man. Tell him wear a helmet this time. Yeah.
It's a different era, but nothing else. Do everything as you know you should do.
Somebody said, not sure if this was discussed, but did you see Hetmeyer was super striker of the IPL? Yeah, man, we saw it. I think he ended up with a strike rate of 168 point something. Well, I can't believe. You know, while he was commenting, I saw his comments them, Marlon, and I was just putting them up on his screen and ignoring them. But the man set up my blood pressure in a bridging. The man set up my blood pressure. Man set up my blood pressure. Aye. Jesus Christ, Marlon, boy, I tell you. I'm a friend still, so I'm a friend and I'm a church brother, so I can't, I have to see with him. I'm a friend.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm a friend.
But well, Lennox, this is what my point will be now is that in the same way that this man is utterly convinced that Bravo should be in the team, we can see why friends of his who have the power to put him in the team probably did. Because
All right.
because this man don't know Bravo from McKenna Piet and he's willing to go to hell and back to see Bravo in the team. Could you imagine friends his who has the power to do it?
Exactly.
No wonder why he is in the team.
Exactly. But Marlon, all you have to think about, is weight up, experience versus performance. We need a mixture of experience, yes. We want the experienced players to be contributing. Right? We want the experienced players to be contributing. That is the thing. Watch us see come back on. We want the experienced players to be contributing. That is the problem. Because anything that you're doing, experience is always good. But you need contribution. If that wasn't the case, you could bring back everybody that would have showed in the past that they are experienced. You need people that are contributing.
Experience, Lennox. Nobody is questioning DJ Bravo in the team.
Exactly. Nobody now question Bravo. Exactly. That is the experience we're talking about. That is the experience we're talking about.
The man gave away 29 runs today, 1 wicket.
All right. That is the experience we're talking about. Somebody that is performing. It's on like Ricardo. Yes, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah.
There's a power cut. Sorry about it. So, guys, at the end of the day,
yeah, man, I hear
you. That we cannot go for somebody who has no experience in playing in a T20 World Cup.
Yeah, Bravo does not have that experience.
And left out somebody who is well experienced in playing a T20 World Cup.
All right.
We have to come back to that. We have to come back to that.
Bravo does not have the experience you're looking for either.
You know, you tell us that the man no watch cricket, Marlon.
Listen to me. Darren Bravo has been there even when we won the very first T20 World Cup in 2012.
He didn't play.
Whether he played yes or no, he has experience.
Experience at being a fan.
So let me ask you a question, Ricardo. Your reasoning is that
Darren Bravo playing IPL.
Listen to me. Your reasoning, is a reason why he's not there now. Is a reason why he's not playing in any other franchise competition. Is a reason, right? So let me ask you this now, Ricardo. Your reasoning is that you cannot take inexperienced players, right? So when you have people coming through as top players and they wouldn't have played in a World Cup yet, and they are amongst your top players going into the World Cup, you don't play them.
Go and warm the bench.
Okay. Makes sense. All right, boss. I hear you.
Lennox, if we use this reason in sports, young players would never get a chance to prove themselves. Because we would always have to wait until older players.
What about Keith Sweater? What about Keith Sweater from England? What about Keith Sweater from England? England give you a chance and you feel Keith Sweater, the wicket keeper what they have. If you remember, when name again, the first name, I know that his last name is Keith Sweater.
Hold on. Why was he given a chance? Why was he given an opportunity? They just loved him and think he was young and nice and pretty and gave him a chance?
No, because he was making a bag of runs like Raston Chase in the England T20 blast.
Yeah.
And they are jamming side and then now he come and lecture
No.
down. I ain't gonna have to dash him away.
No, you don't jam in the side. What do you need to do in order to get to the elite part of the team? Make runs, right?
Good.
All right. So following your line of reasoning, Hetmyer and Puran should not travel to the World Cup, right? Hetmyer, Puran, Obed McCoy.
Why?
No, listen to me. No, I'm just following your reasoning. Just listen to me. I'm just following your reasoning. I just said to you that a man making a load of runs in order to get into the team, if they must not carry him, I just said no, make him warm the bench. So I'm going to ask you, Hetmyer, Puran, Obed McCoy, and who else is there? Hetmyer, Puran, Obed McCoy. These guys should not play any of the games, right?
You're talking about T20 specialists. You're not talking about 10 test specialists.
Yes, almighty God. So why is a test specialist making runs? Not simple because he have the ability to adapt and make runs, Bridging.
It's a season of luck. Sports to the brown. It's a season of board. It's a season of luck.
Stop
you cannot use luck
to idiot, man. From last him star up last season and then he come back this season. You don't have to tell me that this man come up against so many professionals. That's why I say you're not watching the game. At no point in time did this man play an innings and hit the ball in the air and get and them drop him catch 3 or 4 times. The man played the ball on the ground in the gap, move the ball around, so just like a man in farm.
Why don't you?
Huh?
Why don't you play Pujara? Why can't I give him a run? Why don't you play Pujara? Why can't I give him a run? Why?
Lennox, this is high school reasoning, Lennox. This is basic school.
Why Pujara not get a play?
Sachin Tendulkar.
Why Pujara not get a play? All right. Since it's basic, hold on, guys. Since it is basic reason, why Pujara not get a play in the IPL? Why? Tell me why.
Simply because
and he's never demonstrated that he's good enough.
Simply because his run of farm going in doesn't dictate that. How hard is that to understand? Your reason is that
only Pujara in about T20. You ever hear Pujara play any T20? Whether in India.
Why would they take him up and allow him to play if he has not demonstrated that he has the ability to do that? If you are given the opportunity and you demonstrate that you have the ability to do it, that's why you move on. Sharid Afridi has a decorated career. He made his first international century at 16 years old. They continue with him and he move on and dominate cricket. Sachin Tendulkar made his debut at round about 16. He proved that he's good enough. He went on and he dominated cricket. What is so hard in that to understand? Rastan Chase got the opportunity. He dominated. Rastan Chase got the opportunity. He dominated CPL last year. He dominated CPL this year. Made more runs than last year. The amount of runs that we make last year and this year combined probably more runs than Bravo making a how much season put together. So why would you then say this man is a
Sports of the Brown, please listen to me. Making a lot of runs doesn't say that you are able to play T20 World Cup. Understand that now?
What do you use to select the T20? All right. Yes, I understand that. So here's the question. What, since as that is it then, what do you know use to select the T20 World Cup team?
You use what we call in West Indies specialist players.
Specialist players. And what makes you a specialist player?
By the different leagues that you play around the world, T20 leagues. That's what make you a T20 specialist. Please understand that, Garnet.
All right, let me ask you a question now. Let me ask you a question. Right? Since as that is your line of reasoning. some of these players that are just named in their squads going into the World Cup for the first time, why are they there? Why are they there?
Are a group of young people who is playing T20 cricket, them born in night. Rasanjay born can see the bold format, yes, but in choose test cricket. Guys, you know, understand now. Please put it some part in on the brain. Chase is a test man. Chase is not a T20 specialist.
So all right. So let me ask you a question now. Why? Based on so probably the question that I'm going to ask doesn't make any sense because they say I can just call myself a T20 specialist. The runs that I'm making don't count, right?
What makes you a T20 specialist is because of you playing in T20 tournament all over the world and dominate it. All
right. Let me ask you a question. Kane Williams is a T20 specialist?
Did you know? Let me answer. All right. We soon come back to the Kane Williams thing. Did you know that David Warner was not a T20 specialist? He was a test player. Do you know that?
Ricardo, these are things that I talk about on the channel all the while, Bridget. T20 recent came in recently. People like Gayle, that is the greatest T20 cricketer according to most people. That man started out as a test cricketer. So them little question there, you know, them question already, Bridget. Them question already.
All right, concerning Kane Williamson now. Concerning Kane Williamson.
Yeah. On the T20 specialist must go to World Cup.
Kane Williamson. John, you're not listening to the Liverpool.
Yeah, may I listen to you?
Kane Williams is a season champion captain for his side in every format. There is nobody to replace Kane Williamson as a captain. He's a season captain.
Okay.
New Zealand doesn't have the strategy that England have, where they have Morgan and Root, and we who have Brathwaite and no Pollard. New Zealand has one seasonal captain, and it's Kane Williamson, nobody else. Understand that?
All right, my boss. I hear you. I hear you, my boss. I hear you. So we just want all of the T20 specialists them to go in, right? Darren Bravo is a T20 specialist according to you, so he should be there. Rastan Chase is not one, so he shouldn't be there. Me get you, my boss. See? Sound like your power cut again. Me not hear you. I'm Team Marlon. Well, anytime Marlon gone quiet, you know, say the reasoning not too on par.
Lennox, there's nothing to say because the points are not coherent, Lennox. The points are not coherent.
Regine.
Like, this is a tutorial on how not to make a solid argument. And what not to do. Because it don't make much sense.
Virgin is about 16 years. I know the man in my youth. About 16 years, I know the man. So imagine the man older than me. And from where youth, I feel teach about cricket and come right up till now. Imagine. Probably that's why I might soon start push out the grey hair. Just imagine. See, I contact 20 say this is hilarious. A player laugh, it's like we just entertain the viewers them this evening, man. We just entertain the viewers them this evening. Make them have a good laugh because usually the reasoning on this program is usually at a very, very high level, Marlon. But me can't stop there. Me can't, as I say, You can't disown him. I'm a friend.
No. By no means you can. But
Can't disown him. I'm a friend, man.
I don't get the
The
line
man
of
make me,
reasoning, Max. It don't make much
me get
sense.
drained. No, but remember, you know, the man said Bravo is a T20 specialist in a bridge. In his line of reasoning, that would simply mean Bravo is a T20 specialist, you know. Not saying that in a couple of games at Trinidad him not deliver, you know. But anybody that watching any sort of cricket and understand what West Indies need as regards to a man to come and bat at number 4 thereabout and rotate strike and score runs would not be reasoning like this. You understand?
Yes,
anybody who watch any sort of cricket. We're not saying that he's going to go in. We're not saying he's going to go in and start up the World Cup, but based on his performances going in, it was obvious that he had to be there.
Lennox, a T20 specialist is somebody who goes around the world and play T20. Bravo T20 stop at Trinidad and goes no further. That is where Bravo T20 train stops. So that claim that Bravo has so much experience in T20 is
I don't know where it come from.
Downright ridiculous. It's like their biggest stage in T20 is in the CPL. And undoubtedly Rastan Chasers probably outperformed Bravo. So
without a shadow of a doubt.
So the line of reasoning just break down at any point. But it makes a good TV.
It makes a good TV, man. Just imagine me and this man living close. We actually lived close together when I used to live in the same parish as he. You know, and just imagine me and this man sitting down and chatting for a couple of hours about cricket. You understand? Nightmare, man, nightmare.
I wouldn't want to be a fly on the wall. I would not be a fly on the wall. But
I can't believe that.
Listen,
you know,
I want to send the team good vibes as they request.
the man there, I get it now. Yeah, Marlon. Yeah.
I want to send the team good vibes like they request. And I want to be celebrating come Saturday.
Exactly. Hold on. Let me just say this, guys. Initially, I hadn't planned to do the live for more than 30 to 40 minutes because of the battery. I had 50% when I started. It's now 9%. So we're just going to talk a little bit more and then I cut it off. Zane? Yes, Cedric, you're back on.
Yeah, man. So I guess that at the end of my reason tonight, that you guys will have a clear understanding of how West Indies selection policy is.
Yeah.
And what is how we do play cricket.
Yeah. And before you finish, let me just ask you. We have 67 persons on the live that I don't have any mind control over them. I can't tell them what to think or anything. Oftentimes I talk things and them tell me, say, no, check that. So while you were talking, you were actually looking at the statements, at the comments that were coming in?
I didn't get a chance. Them, but
you didn't get a chance. Oh, I didn't hear you.
I had a few of them. You must understand when talking about sports, people speak what they think and they don't really speak what the condition.
What is facts? Yeah.
Good.
I think our 72 of us on the live would have learned a lot from the one man. So we have, let me see, we have 76 persons now. So 75 of us would have got a proper schooling and a proper lesson from you, right? So 75 of us, you is the 76th person. So all of us would have gotten a chance to really get some education as regards to cricket, right?
Glad I can do that.
Yes, it's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure getting the higher level of reasoning, you know? Always a pleasure, man. So what you have any idea? I soon cut it off, you know, because I don't want the phone lock off in the middle without me closing. So you have in mind you're starting 11? Are you no one give away that here? Off the top of your head.
I don't have it in mind.
Or off at the top of your head. Off the top of your head. The top five, but the type 5 batting, but the top 5 batsmen. 1 to 5 or 1 to 6.
Gale, Lewis, Simmons, Poran, Russell, Pollard, Bravo, Ed, Haldane.
Which one are the Bravo?
Mackay.
Which one are the Bravo?
It's going to be Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne. Okay. So why? So Darren, don't make your 11.
Don't go there. Cause we all know that Darren is not a part of it. But we all know that. Darren is just a reserve. So please don't go there.
Oh, okay. Me just a check. No.
The veracity with which you're arguing for him, I would think you would have secured a place, but continue.
Mackay, and after Mackay, probably I don't want them to play Hayden Wall Jr. for now, but probably they will go with him. But I prefer Fufu Thomas for now. Depends on the pitch.
All right, my boss, I hear you. Hey, me not like the one contact 20, disgusting. Contact 20, oh, so disgusting, Bridget. All right, Ricardo, I hear you, my boss. Solid 11 that, man. 11 they're supposed to bring home the trophy. The 11 they're supposed to bring home the trophy, man.
Let us see.
Yeah, man. Yeah. While we're at it still, guys, at the end of the day, whichever 11 go out there, we want them to win. You understand? We might argue for a player to be in or a player not to be in, but any 11 that they put out there, we definitely want all 11 players to perform to the level that the team will win. I advocated a lot for Hetmeyer, so it doesn't mean that if he's not in, I don't want the team to perform, right? Based on performance over the last decade, I advocated for Bravo not to be in. But if he's selected, I want him to go out there and dominate, find back his form of the 2008-9 and dominate. So it just goes to show that whichever 11 that goes out there, I don't want viewers to get it wrong. Whichever 11 goes out there, we want him to perform. You understand? But it makes for good TV, as Marlon said, to reason out certain things. But generally speaking, we need any 11 we go out here, we want him to perform. I understand. So
let me tell you my 11 since he gave it. Mine is Lewis, Simmons, Hetmeyer, Chase, Puran. So after Puran will be Pollard, then Russell. In all honesty, I am going to make a strong call and probably drop Fabian Allen because I don't think we need to go with 3 spinners because I want Hayden Walsh. So start Hayden Walsh in there. Then Bravo, Rampal, and
why you not much on that Bravo then?
Oh, definitely. Well,
no man, if you hear one Bravo name, it has to be Dwayne Bravo. This man reason cricket, so it has to be the DJ.
Yeah, and DJ Bravo.
I gave my team the other day similar to Marlon's own, only that I had Fabian Allen in, and the bowling, the pace bowling, I was contemplating between Rampal and Obed Mackay. Not sure how sharp Obed Mackay is, so it's a possibility that they might go with Rampal, but it's basically the same team as Marlon, but I have Allen in there.
The thing is, I wonder if we really need 3 spinners. And so that you could toss the ball to
and the batting lineup is long enough. The fact that Rastan Chase will be batting at 4, he might be able to bowl some innings, bowl some overs. You understand? So it's a possibility that we might drop one. So probably.
Listen.
All right, sports. Bring up yourself. Big program.
You're gone, Bridget.
No, but no, I'm not run, but because you say I have 9 minutes, we just want if you want me
Oh
live, if
yeah,
you want me stay,
6%.
you stay.
Go on top, man. When you reach 5% or something, lock it off. 6%, 6% it there.
Contact 20. I said Thomas depends on the pitch. Listen me reasoning, contact 20. Thomas depends on the pitch. Cause we know Thomas a full bowler. Everybody know
Hold
that.
on there. Ian said Darren Bravo will be coming in for Andre Russell. All right, so
Doubt that. Doubt it. Doubt
boss,
it.
I hear you.
I doubt that too because they would have to draw somebody else in the lineup to replace Russell in the 15.
I'm
Balance
coming
with
for
the
us and chair.
Listen, Jason will out come in that team before Darren Bravo. Listen, this what Ashish Shinera says is a big thing, you know, because to differentiate between not Russell, Rampal and Obed Mackay is really a game time decision. Because the flashes that we saw from Obed over the home series, I mean, the young man was set for greatness.
It was good, yeah.
Rampal's, and I'm going to use a popular term that we use, Rampal's experience combined now with his play,
with the wickets.
recent play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots of
You
wickets in
cannot
CPL, lots of wickets in the 50 over tournament, yeah.
And he was playing in England in the cold
In
parts
England
for a while.
also, yeah. Mm-hmm.
To me, it's a game time decision. Whoever they choose, I am content with. I would make big fuss over anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question? Sir? Does making
Go ahead,
a lot
man.
of runs are taking a lot of wicket? Does it make you an automatical pick to play T20 World Cup?
Once you are performing in T20 settings, that is usually the requirements to get into the team. That is usually what the requirement is to get in the team. Taking wickets if you're a bowler or making runs if you're a batsman. That is what differentiates between a man that will be picked and a man that will be dropped. Taking wickets and making runs.
That's why we're seeing this cricket answer because you make 300 back-to-back 100. All of a sudden you're a big bat now. If you play for West Indies, remember a man called Mike Hussey who made his debut when he was 38, having 10,000 hard first-class runs.
No. Why though?
Because
why did he make his debut at that time?
Because he was not good enough. That's why he didn't make the side.
No, that's not the reason. Australia was just too good enough.
That is exactly the reason. No. They could have dashed away Darren Lehman.
He was West Indian, he would have been playing for the longest.
Listen to me, they could have dashed away Darren Lehman and made Mike Hussey get the chance. But Mike Hussey wasn't good enough. Just like how Brendan Nash wasn't good enough to play for Australia.
Why though? Because they have so much good players. It's not because the money in and of it. Listen, imagine track and field right now. As a female track and field athlete, if you're a Jamaican and you cannot run 10-7, 10-8, you cannot run for Jamaica in track and field as a female. You have countries around the world where females who could barely break 11 are Olympians. Not because they are
Kevin Peterson wasn't good enough to make South Africa side, but he was good enough to make England side and dominated England Test cricket. Look at that.
Who?
He wasn't good enough to make South Africa. When come to England and dominated. Man, I'm telling you guys, a liberal reason you don't have. Look at it now, sports to the board.
All right, Ricardo, I hear you, boss.
Counteract it now, man. Counteract it, man. That what you do. Counteract it.
No, man. No, a big argument. Me can't counteract it. Me don't know anything. You can't counteract it. Because your thing is to throw out some little things and say and counteract. And from that, I tell you, say, half a way I say, no make no sense. So, I not go try counteract it. I just make you educate the people. This statement where you just make and think is a world-class statement. I can't just say one thing and level it right down, but I leave you. Because from night I see same thing over and over. So I just leave you with a big statement and make you teach the people.
Guys, remember a player from South Africa by the name of Verlan Philander who played T20 cricket too, for South Africa. Dominated it. But he couldn't find a place in South Africa T20 World Cup squad. Why? Because
him not good, yeah.
He was not
good, yeah.
Good enough to make a T20 squad. He's a test player, so then keep him in the test squad.
Yeah.
Do the research and get back to me.
No, I don't need to do any research. I know more about Philander more than you do. And the only thing I would ask you is why wasn't he able to play majority of the games? Who were the bowlers? Wasn't it the same bowlers that played in Test cricket that were out bowling him in T20 cricket? Wasn't it the same? What's his name there?
So why would you?
Wasn't it the same Test bowlers that played Test cricket with him that were outplayed him?
Why would you play? So is not Rabada is he better than Rabada? Or Rabada better than him?
Hold on. See if one lock off 1% it upon now. Not even like here. Hold on. I'm not hearing you not. I don't know if you not hear me.
No, I'm not talking next. Just listen.
Oh. Yeah, I lock it off, guys. Because if I not lock it off, it's going to leave on. Ricardo, you teach it all the way. I lock it off, guys.